A man from Galilee arrived in Jerusalem, stirring villages and cities with his teachings, miracles, and parables. Those who believed murmured among themselves, "He might be the Messiah." The air was thick with anticipation, and the sky seemed to come alive, as if it were breathing. This was no mere coincidence. The gates of Jerusalem stood wide open, and birds perched on every street corner, observing. Those who envisioned a warrior longed for a descendant of David, one who would wield a sword and topple empires. Yet this man, Jesus, spoke not of war or bloodshed, but preached love for one's enemies, turning the other cheek, and a kingdom beyond this world. Jesus entered humbly on a donkey, while the people welcomed him, waving palm branches and shouting, "Hosanna!" He moved freely through the temple, taught in public squares, and communicated openly, fully aware of what lay ahead. This was the Passover, fulfilling prophecy. The hymns rose like incense. He gathered his closest companions for a meal that was anything but ordinary. It was a time divinely prepared. As Jesus sat at the open table with his 12 apostles, he stood, broke the bread, and declared,
"This is my body, which is given for you."
He was proclaiming his body as the sacrificial offering, destined to bear the sins of humanity. Then, raising a chalice filled with wine, he said,
"This cup is a new covenant in my blood, which is poured out for you."
He was establishing a new covenant between God and humanity. Just as the blood of the Lamb had once protected, the blood of Jesus would now safeguard humanity from the penalty of sin and eternal death. Jesus went to the Garden of Gethsemane, praying to the Father on the Mount of Olives, overwhelmed by sorrow and dread. His anguish stemmed not only from the fear of death, but from the weight of all humanity's sin he was about to bear. His prayer pierced the darkness.
"Now, Father, if it is possible, let this cup pass from me. Yet not my will, but yours be done."
His sweat turned to blood, reflecting the profound spiritual agony within him. The Son of Man was handed over to sinners. Judas approached Jesus and kissed him. Jesus responded,
"Those who draw the sword will die by the sword."
He was taken captive, leading to the crucifixion of Jesus, the true sacrificial lamb during this Passover season. Remember what was given to us. There were 3 crosses, with a criminal on each side of Jesus. One criminal mocked him with insults, while the other turned to Jesus and pleaded, "Remember me in your kingdom." Jesus replied,
"You will be with me in paradise."
The message of the 3 crosses embodies hope, forgiveness, and ultimately, the goodness and love of God. Be sure to turn on your notifications to witness the resurrection of Jesus Christ.